What's up, ranchers? Welcome back to the ranch. All right, ranchers, we're here in my barn, in one of my horse stalls, where if I had a horse, this is where they would stable. I don't have a horse, but what does stay in here is my gas horse, my ATV. So a lot of hunters have ATVs, UTVs, side-by-sides, and they need to be stored for the winter. And during that storage, in the off season or when you're not using them, battery life becomes an issue. In the cold, your battery on your ATV will wind down and die. And a lot of the times, what they recommend, or not a lot of the times, what they recommend is that you use a slow trickle charger to keep the battery charged at a slow wattage pace so that it doesn't die and it's always fresh. What happens is if a battery dies, it doesn't ever charge fully correct again. And it really shortens the life of the battery in your car, your quad, your ATV, your side-by-side, basically everything that has like an engine and a battery. So what they recommend and what we're gonna do here in my barn, in this horse stable, is set up a trickle charger. And when I'm not here, there's no electric in here. So plugging in an electric trickle charger is not gonna work for me. And if you're leaving your quad for months at a time on your hunting property, maybe just for the season, which could be 3 months, or even it stays there because you own a piece of property and it's in your barn. So what can you do if you don't have electric? Well, that's what we're here to talk about. I have, by Sunway, a solarcharger trickle charger. So when we open the box, what this is a solar panel. Let me come in closer for you to take a look at this. You get a solar panel, which pretty much just screws up onto a wall. And you can see even in just the light, you get a blue indicating light. That means it's taking in the light or the sun and sending its wattage to your battery in your ATV, in your quad, in your car. And it's keeping it slowly trickle charged so it don't die when you come back. On the end of this, all there is like a battery plug. And it comes with a couple of different adapters and ways to hook this up to your quad. But for me, this plugs in directly into the back of my quad because I have this trickle charger adapter on there hooked right up to my battery. So I wanted to show this to you. Also, these are the other adapters that they give you. So we have like your standard clips that would go from the solar charger right onto each terminal of the battery. And then it gives you this, I don't know, I always call it a cigarette lighter, but cigarette lighter adapter, and this would plug into the solar panel and then go right into the cigarette lighter of your car or ATV, and apparently this can backfeed in. Like I just said, I have the old-fashioned clip just like this, so I'm gonna go right directly from the solar panel into the back of my quad with one of these, and it's already hooked up on the terminals of the battery in my quad. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is drill a hole through my barn. Now, you may not have a barn, you may not have this set up, but really all you need to do is get that solar panel in the sun and then run the wire to the back of your piece of equipment. So you could probably, the advertisement shows it suction cup to the windshield of the car, feeding into the car, I guess if you were storing your car long term. Or if your quad's parked outside already, you might not have to drill a hole like this. But I'm drilling a hole, so let's drill. All right, so I got my wire ran, and now we're going to plug it in right to the back of the quad. So the quad's in the barn. All right, guys, so I ran the wire. Here it is. On the back of my quad, I have the same setup. Like I said, basically I just have loops, not alligator clips, but they're 2 loops that screw onto the terminals of my battery. And then I've run the little wire out of the back of my quad, which is here. And we just hook up, just like so. Let me try to do it so you can see it on camera. We hook it up just like this. And now when the sun is out, our battery is trickle charging and will be totally charged and ready to go when we need our ATV and quad once the winter passes, or if you come and check your quad periodically, it'll be good to go. And you don't have to worry about your battery. All right, guys, this is what this looks like hooked up to my barn. We'll come in and take a closer look. All right, here it is hooked up to my barn. Blue light blinking. That means it's charging. So I know my quad's getting a trickle charge. There's ample sun. This went up real easy. 2 screws to the outside of my barn. It also comes with suction cups if you wanted to suction it to the inside of the window of your car. So like from the windshield if you wanted to do that and back feed it in. But for me, for the quad, this is it. 2 screws, took me 2 seconds. This little wire seems a little dainty. I'm definitely going to secure it with a couple of staples, or maybe I'll run it through a little conduit pipe and then attach it with like some U-bolts. That might be overkill, but that would be my only little critique is that seems a little chintzy. But other than that, it's pretty awesome. Another thing about the blue light, blinking means it's charging, steady means you're fully charged, and off means that there's something wrong with the polarity and it's not sending a charge from the panel into the quad. So like if you had it hooked up wrong, or if like it's at night and it's not getting sun, it'll turn off and won't blink. There's some sort of receptacle in there that prevents it from drawing from your battery into the panel and killing your battery. So that's something to know about the blue light. All right, guys, this is the solar panel all hooked up, in operation, blue light blinking, so I know it's charging. I couldn't be more excited. This took me all of 10 minutes to hook up, and I had to drill a hole through my barn. If you didn't have to drill a hole, you could probably have this hooked up in 5 minutes tops. So real easy, real important to keep the battery charged. I'm super happy with this product so far. All right, guys, so that's it. Really happy with it. Thanks for watching. Drop me a like, drop me a comment, and subscribe if you like this.